The United Kingdom is unfortunately not going to rejoin the European Union, and today I'm going to explain why. More exactly, I got two primary reasons. One, the British political class, and two, the EU member states. Like and subscribe if you would like to see a video about why would the UK join the European Union. Please enjoy. It is a move way too risky supporting the UK re-entering the European Union. And this is not only a position on the right, but it seems, for now at least, that it applies to both sides of the political spectrum. While the right holds the pioneers of Brexit, the biggest example being Nigel Farage, and most of the pro-Brexit supporters are voting with the right, this position was likewise adopted on the left, with the leadership of the Labour Party wanting to, quote, make Brexit work.
I've said on a number of occasions that we are not going back to the EU, and that means not going back into the single market or the customs union. But we have to make Brexit work. The deal this government has got us is not working well. It's holding business back, it's holding growth back. And there are things that we need to do to address it. We need to reduce trade barriers. We need to share more when it comes to education and research, and scientific research in particular. I think there's much more we can do in the security. So I do think that we can have a better Brexit. I think that we have to make Brexit work.
Another important factor going into this is that any deal made to put Great Britain back in Europe will also require the adoption of the euro and the joining of the Schengen area. In the past, the United Kingdom was exempted from this integration, but today those are the requirements for joining the EU. Of course, such a reality is bound to be on the mind of a politician before deciding to support this path. And if the question is, will the UK population want the replacement of the pound with the euro? Then the answer might not be as comforting for that said politician. Now, I'm not saying that the situation is not going to change in the future, but for now, neither the left nor the right parties will march in the street to rejoin. Most people, when discussing this subject, often they only think about the UK side of the deal. But what does the EU thinks? Here might lie the root of the problem with the UK returning to Europe. While some bureaucrats, mainly the ones in power at the time of Brexit, interestingly enough, might support this idea, there's little to no evidence that the individual countries, of which is needed unanimity at the moment, support or even tolerate the UK back in the Union. Brexit has already created too much political chaos. It could very well be that until Britain shows signs of absolute support coming from the population and political class, the different member states would simply not support the return of another possible political crisis. Therefore, it seems that the return of the United Kingdom will not be done in the next 2 decades. However, what is much more likely is that the UK will enter the EEA, the European Economic Area. But even that would require the United Kingdom to be okay with being a rule taker and not a rule maker. Something that the proud British spirit might not be compatible with. In conclusion, I believe that it is more likely that the United Kingdom will not enter the European Union anytime soon, with the primary problem being the opinions inside the European Union itself. And personally, I can see the EEA as an alternative if the United Kingdom politics change and they throw away their ego. If you hold a different opinion, then I would love to hear it in the comments below. And if you like this video, then subscribe for more. Please, thank you for watching.